everybody, it's Leah and I am back. Finally, after a little bit of a hiatus, I bet you're wondering, I have been working on this eye. I just wanted to share this with you really quickly so you could see why I've been gone for so long. Aside from being a photographer, I am also a fine artist. And every once in a while, I like to work on a project, and I'm looking to submit this to an art show in the winter, and so it has been quite distracting. If you follow me on Instagram, you could see where it was a few weeks ago. And just lately I was like, let me hunker down and really get to working on this project, but I didn't realize how much I really got myself into with this. It's all hand beaded. It's a transfer of one of my photographs onto silk. So I've been working like night and day on this project, hand beading and laying out the entire thing. It's my hubby, it's his eye. And yeah, so that's why I haven't been able to make any videos, because making a video and editing it takes quite a bit of time, and that like couple of hours or 3 hours is literally, it's like this much on here. So I had to pick and choose, and with this show being in the winter and wanting to get it to a point where I felt like, okay, I really have something to submit, or I'm close enough where I feel comfortable submitting it, I had to kind of step away from YouTube for a while. But I am back with the next installment of our Trying Trends series here at Risa Marie, and it is split pages. So this is a trend that I've done in the past and I really like. And I thought I would just share with you some examples of it. Now, these aren't, I think, maybe a year ago. And so you could see how I split the page up. On this one, I did the bottom of the page, and then the top is actually the whole back, you can look and see, is one page. And I just put a little bit here. Oh my God, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's rewind. Okay, so splitting pages. For those of you who are new to scrapbooking, splitting up your page is basically creating blocks of color with your pattern paper or solid papers, and then continuing to do scrapbooking on top of this break in the pages. So I've been looking through my old stuff and looking through current versions of the trend, and I just wanted, obviously, to share these with you, ones I've done already, and then I'm going to try something that I've never tried before with splitting the pages that I saw recently and was like, ah, that's so cool, I really want to do that. So these are just some examples of horizontal and vertical page splitting, and here what I did was I took a very strong page and a very slight pattern page, split the page up, and then kind of ran my embellishing down the line so you couldn't see the line, and then clustered. I am the kind of scrapbooker that I love to see a lot of stuff. Like, oops, sorry. Let's try and brighten this up. To see a lot of stuff on my page. I mean, I like my embellishments. I pay a lot of money for them, and I want to use them. So I sometimes get a little carried away and put them all in one spot. So that was one way that I had tried it. And with this one, what I did was broke the page up so that I had my title and all of my my journaling at the bottom, and then did all of my embellishing on the upper half of the page, and left it so you could see the split in the page. So as I'm like looking online and looking at Pinterest and looking at everyone on the Victoria Me Facebook group, because this is a very popular trend, I saw something that I thought was really cool, and that was like a peekaboo reveal. Of one paper behind another paper. And I was like, wow, I've never tried it. And the reason I realized I never did it is because I don't ever buy double-sided paper. And I was like, why don't I ever buy double-sided paper? So I thought about it, and I realized the way that I shop, I generally, where I am, it's not really available. I shop at Michael's and AC Moore, and in general, they only have like paper pads, books like this. And this is one of the papers I'm going to be using is from here, where you get the one page 2 times, and then, but it's single-sided and it's very heavy. And then I realized that I had buried away in my stash a paper packet that that I had picked up at, where did I get this? Tuesday morning. It's Heidi Swap Dreamy Collection, and this paper is double-sided. And I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take my double-sided paper and I'm gonna do a peekaboo page. So that's the trend that I'm gonna try. So you guys can follow along, and yeah, I think it's for me, because I've never tried it. I feel like it's such a great way for me to liven up this trend in my scrapbooking. And you know, it's like if you don't try something new, or even a new way of doing a trend that you maybe have done it before, you're never gonna like grow as a crafter or a scrapbooker. And especially for me as an artist, it's really important for me to continue to work and grow and try new things. So the paper that I chose from that collection is this one. It says Choose Happy. And on the reverse side of this paper is this insane pattern. I love it, but I feel like it's so bold. I would have never, like, I probably would have clipped like a little bit of it and stuck it like in a bunch of layers, and all you would have seen was this thin little strip of it around the outside of a photo. So for me, this is a really bold move. And so what I did was I pulled a few pages from the Citrus Bliss collection so that I could reveal them behind the page and see which one I preferred. So far, I think, because my journaling, I've decided is going to go in the peekaboo part. I really like this white dot. I think that, I'm sorry, these are diamonds, and they actually kind of mimic the diamonds pattern on the back of this page here, and I'll show this to you really closely. Super cute. All the colors are pretty much the same colors, which I really liked. I also have this light blue color, this grayish blue, and it kind of pulls from this one here. So that's also another good choice. And yellow and blue complement each other very well. I also considered this orange, but I feel like this might be a little too much, and it's a little too much contrast. I think it's a little too strong for me. So we're gonna take that one out. I think that's out of contention. And then the last one was this pink, which we all know how much I love pink. But I thought I'd give the pink a chance, but I feel like it just makes the layout too pink. And what I am scrapbooking is a photo from Midsummer. My husband and I, every year we do something for Midsummer. Maybe we have friends over. It's very popular in Sweden, even though we're not in Sweden. So when I was at IKEA a few years back, I had seen advertisements for their Midsummer celebrations, and they had this drink on one of the cards with their elderflower syrup that was how to make a gin and tonic with elderflower syrup. So what I'm going to scrapbook is that drink. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get to IKEA to get it, but at Fairway they had this elderflower lemonade, so I substituted that. So that is what I'm going to scrapbook, and I think, yeah, let's go with polka dot paper, because I like it. And maybe we'll layer some of this pink and this, and maybe even that orange. You know what? Maybe we'll just pull from these to layer, and I have a lot of embellishments I want to cut out. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We'll get into fast forward, and here we go. So I'm just going to go now to my stash, and oh, that's a Recollections vellum, but I'm going to go to my stash, and I'm going to pull out a piece of like a blue paper from my Recollections multiple color pack in order to pull some of that color from the Gin Berry Tonic label into the layout. And there it is. I stuck the label on right away because I've been having a very bad habit of not adding in certain embellishments and then later being like, oh, I was going to do blah, blah, blah. So I just to remind myself that I wanted to do it, I just stuck the label from the lemonade bottle on there right away. And I just want just a hint of this blue to show. I don't want it to be too dominating because, you know, I have so much pattern going on, but I also wanted to pull that color in. So now I'm going to go and grab a scrap of that pink paper that I liked, that I had considered for the corner. And I used, unfortunately not going to see it, I used the perforated edge from the top where the manufacturer strip was along the outside. And I'm sad that you can't see it because it actually looks really cool. And I'm going to go back to the Citrus Bliss collection again and pull out this pattern paper, which has like little lemons and oranges all over it. Super cute. And I'm really into like tearing my edges right now.
I love the look of it, that raw edge against the paper. Now, what I'm going to do is, because I rarely use papers that already have some words printed on them, I have to be cognizant of how large the words choose happy are. I don't want to overdo my layout too much that I lose that or it just becomes a giant clutter. So I'm just going to do a very small cluster with a few papers around my picture and then pull the corners back. Now, this is where I make my mistake. Now, I had fully intended to pull both corners back, as you're going to see at the end. But for some reason, probably because I was rushing, because I only had 1 hour to get this layout done and take a shower before my kid came back in the door from karate, I just kind of forgot that I needed to cut that paper in half, stick the half behind there, and then pull it back. So later I go and I fix that. There's that blue paper again, and you can see it's got this little like circular motif on it, which is great because later I'm going to use some stickers and embellishments that have a circular motif on them. So I'm pretty much at this point, I'm like, I think that's all the papers I'm going to want to use, because that other side of the yellow paper is so bold. I don't want to distract you too much, but I felt like I could use a little something else, and this vellum was a great little addition just to soften everything up, but still give me a little bit more play to the left side because I had put such a big piece of paper on the right with that blue paper. So I'm going to stick it all down, and I want to make sure that I can see the words choose happy, but I did want the vellum to kind of cover it a little bit. So now I'm going to pull my corner back, and this is the point where I'm like, I forgot about the other corner. And I'll go back later and do it. Right now I'm just like, let me just get this part done, and then I'll go back and fix it. I use a pop dot there so that I can create a beautiful shadow underneath the paper, so you can tell that it's been revealed from the back, as opposed to me cutting out triangles to glue it down so that it looks like I had done a reveal, which is another way that you can do this and break up your page without, if you don't have double-sided paper. Okay, so that embellishment is just a lemonade embellishment from the Citrus Bliss collection from Pink Paisley, and I like it. And then after I put it down, I'm like, oh yeah, I had wanted to use this pop bottle flare from American Crafts, and I took the word lemonade off the label that had been on the lemonade container, but I just can't find a place to put it, and I felt like the green was too much and it didn't really fit with the colors I had, so I just decided not to use any of that flare and just keep my layout really kind of simple. And I'm just gonna like fish through more of my flare. I'm just looking for something else to add, and I remembered that I wanted to use this little thing that says Pop Fizz, because it's with the tonic. I thought that would be fun to just add a little something else. I know I'm not going to ever have another place to use it, so I don't want to have stickers and embellishments just sitting in my collection. My goal is to use up everything I have, and then maybe for Christmas treat myself and get myself into a kit club. We'll see. I don't know, guys. You know I love to shop, so, and those of you who follow me on Instagram know that I love a good deal, because all I do is post deals on the Instagram. But anyway, yeah, so I see these dots and I think to myself, oh my god, they're great, they're split. And I think that just is really great way to pull in continue the idea of this split page motif. Now, if I'd wanted to, I could have pulled that paper corner back more and tucked it underneath my layering. I always try to leave myself a lot of space underneath my layers so that I can stick more things in. But I liked better the idea of pulling back the two corners, simply because I have a few layouts already in my collection that have like half a page showing. And I really wanted to try something a little different with it. I thought it'd be a little bit fun. So this is me trying to get the paper size right, because again, I was supposed to cut that paper in half. And I definitely, this is my second attempt at getting that bottom corner done. I didn't want to make you have to sit through the first time, but I glued it wrong, and then I was like, oh, I had to cut again. So now that I'm done with that, I'm going to grab my pop dot and turn my corner back. And I have to go back and fix it. You'll see me do that because I pull it too far, and you can see the seam right there. If you look real closely, you can see the seam started to show where the papers weren't merging. So I wanted to make sure it looked like one piece of paper. These letters are from Pastel something, from Prima. Something Pastel. I can't read that paperwork. I'm sorry. They're these little foam letter stickers that have like a texture to them, like a gridded texture, like linen, and they're really cute. And I wrote Midsummer 2016. And I chose the small letter because initially I had thought I would do all of my journaling in the top right corner where the title is. And then later I just decide I don't like that. I like how clean and open that looks with the title, even though the title is small. Because it just makes everything look so fresh, because that yellow is really acidic and bright, and the pattern on the back side of the paper is just really bold. So I just wanted a little kind of a resting place for your eye on the page. So now I really still want to use that other part of the lemonade label. It says 100% good, and I thought, oh, what a great way to end my journaling. So like right at the end of my journaling it says 100% good. So yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. I'm still trying to get this flare on there. I was like really determined. It's Amy Tangerine, super cute. They're like glossy, like enamel-y pieces. I'm gonna get them on something soon. Debated the color of my pen. I was gonna go with blue, but I decided just the black was sitting there, and I'm lazy, as everyone knows. So this one says, hubby and I sat under the stars and drank our usual elderflower gin and tonics and took in the delightful warm summer night. It was beautiful. It's the last like super moon that we're going to see for another like 40 some years, where midsummer and the full moon happen at the same time, plus a super moon, I think. No, not super moon, just the full moon and midsummer at the same time. The next time is like 40 years from now. So we were like, well, we won't be around for that, so let's enjoy it. Here are the close-ups, and I love how simple it is, and yet still very exciting, vibrant, and bold. And again, I think I was super excited that I was able to add a new dimension of a trend that I've been seeing over and over again and have tried before to my scrapbooking. Thank you so much for watching. Please follow us on Instagram and stay tuned for the next installment of Trying Trends.